quantities of war materials and shipping which were captured or destroyed. We have rejoiced soberly, but all the more profoundly, at this signal military episode, which ranks with the magnificent Russian victory at Stalingrad and takes its place in British eyes and in British annals with our most famous victories of former time. But there was another victory. A not less notable battle was fought in May in the Atlantic against the U-boats. For obvious reasons, much less has been said about that. In May, the German Admiralty made extreme exertions to prevent the movement to Great Britain of the enormous convoys of food and war materials which are continually received by us from the United States and which we must bring in safely and punctually if our war-making capacity is to be maintained. Long lines of U-boats were spread to intercept these convoys, and packs of 15 or 20 U-boats were then concentrated upon the attack. To meet this, the British, American, and Canadian forces of the sea and air hurled their strength upon the U-boats. The fighting took place mainly around the convoys, but also over wide expanses of the ocean. It ended in the total defeat of the U-boat attack. The prodigious shipbuilding exertions of the United States and the considerable contributions of Britain and also has cast upon Germany alone 35 times the tonnage of bombs which
You might hold on a minute. I think I might be able to re-record the opening. In just a few.
Follows when peace has been restored to the world. My Lord Mayor, the Corporation salutes the Prime Minister and respectfully begs him to accept the greatest honour she has it in our power to bestow. Spencer-Churchill, it is now my duty and great honour, as well as personal pleasure, to offer you the right hand of fellowship and to greet you, the citizen of London. The Lord Mayor and members of the court have voted unanimously this box, which contains the certificate of your freedom, and they beg your acceptance of it in the hope that it will be and prove to be an abiding token of their gratitude, profound gratitude and admiration.
It's for cigars after the next call comes out. The strain of protracted war is hard and severe upon the men at the executive summit of great countries. However, lightly care may seem to sit upon them. They have the need of all the help and comfort their fellow countrymen can give. I feel myself buoyed up by your goodwill here today, and indeed I have felt uplifted through all these years by the consideration with which the British people have treated me, even when serious mistakes have been made. Always they have given a generous measure of trust, but mainly unconsciously and without design within the all-embracing golden circle of the crown. Wars come with great suddenness, and many of the deep, slow causes which lead to the explosion are often hidden from or only dimly comprehended by the masses of the people, even in the regions most directly affected. Time, distance, the decorum of diplomacy, a legitimate desire to preserve peace, all impose their restraints upon public discussions and upon prior arrangements. Alone in history, the British people, taught by the lessons they had learned in the past, have found the means to attach to the motherland vast self-governing dominions upon whom there rests no obligation other than that of sentiment and tradition to plunge into war at the side of the motherland. And none of these dominions rouses no fear, and whose preeminence excites no jealousy in British bosoms. Upon the fraternal association and intimate alignment of policy of the United States and the British Commonwealth and Empire depends more than on any other factor the immediate future of the world. If they walk, or if need be march, together in harmony and in accordance with the moral and political conceptions to which the English-speaking peoples have given birth, and which are frequently referred to in the Atlantic Charter, all will be well. If they fall apart and wander astray from the commanding beacon lights of their destiny, there is no end or measure to the miseries and confusion which await modern civilization. This is no rhetorical extravagance, no genial sentiment for a festive occasion. It is the hard, cold, vindictive truth. Yet there are many light and wayward spirits in both our countries who show themselves by word and action unmindful of this fundamental fact. It is a fact in no way derogatory to other mighty nations now fighting at our side, or to any nation, great or small, making its way through the perils of the present age. We seek no narrow or selfish combination. We presume not at all upon the lawful interests and characteristics of any allied or friendly state. We nourish the warmest feelings of fellowship towards the valiant Russian people, with whom we have made a 20 years treaty of friendship and mutual aid. We foresee an expanding future for the long-enduring Republic of China. We look forward to a revival of the unity and the true greatness of France. We offer loyal and faithful comradeship to all. Nevertheless, the tremendous and awe-inspiring fact stares the British and American democracies between the eyes, that acting together we can help all nations safely into harbor, and that if we are divided, all will toss and drift for a long time on dark and stormy seas. You have given me, sharing all alike, taking the rough with the smooth, keeping no accounts of blood or treasure. I do not say as if we were one people, but certainly as if we were one army, one navy, and one air force. And so we shall continue like brothers, certainly until the unconditional surrender of all our foes has been achieved, and I trust thereafter until all due measures have been taken so as to secure over a long period of years our safety from future ill usage. My Lord Mayor, my Lord Archbishop, my lords, ladies and gentlemen, should Hitler's Germany and Mussolini's Italy collapse under the flail of Soviet Russia and the not inconsiderable exertions of the British and American armies in the Mediterranean and elsewhere, should the war industries of Germany be blasted out of existence by the British and American air power, should this prime and capital victory be achieved before Japan has been laid low, I stand here to tell you today, as I told the Congress of the United States in your name, that every man, every ship, and every airplane in the King's service that can be moved to the Pacific will be sent and will be there maintained in action by the peoples of the British Commonwealth and Empire in priority over all other interests for as many flaming years as are needed to make the Japanese in their turn submit or bite the dust.